Hi, today I'm going to talk about ways that you can save money in 2024. Okay, so we're going to start from the top. Okay, so one of the first things that you can do is look at your housing expenses. These tend to be the most expensive things that you can reduce or cut back on. So if you start with like moving back home, so maybe you have a family or someone you can live with for a year while you save up some money. So in a year's time, if your rent is like 1,500 and then you include utilities and everything else, and or if it's even more like 2,000, that's up to $24,000 that you can save per year by just moving back home. And if that's something that you don't want to do, then maybe you can think about something like um, getting a roommate. So you could get a roommate and save some money there. Maybe you rent out a room if you own your own home, if you have a couple of bedrooms or a couple of spare bedrooms. You can rent out a couple of rooms and maybe still have your autonomy where you're not moving back home and you but you're still saving. Let me think. I have it written here. Let me go over here. Oh, another thing you can do is get a smaller space. So maybe right now you are using a or renting or living in a three-bedroom or a two-bedroom. Can you downsize? Can you go to a one-bedroom? And that can be a way for you to save some money. Another thing that you can do is Airbnb. So it's called Airbnb Arbitrage. That is where you um, rent from another landlord. So, like, say there's a three-bedroom house and you rent it out. And you tell the landlord, I want to do Airbnb. So you wouldn't do this without the landlord knowing. You would find a landlord who is okay with you Airbnb, Airbnb their property. So you would go to them and you say, I will pay you a little bit more. Maybe the rent is 2,000. You say, hey, I'm willing to pay 2,300 if you allow me to use it for short-term rentals. And then you can Airbnb the property, either the individual rooms or the whole place. And then you can, in that way, earn a little bit of money for 2024. So that's something to think about. And it doesn't take the same amount of upfront cost as it would if you were purchasing it and then doing the Airbnb. So you can try that. Another thing is starting a part-time business. So things like being a realtor or a handyman or a pastry chef or insert whatever skill talent that you have. If you have something that you can monetize, take advantage of that and maybe you can start your own part-time business. If you are good with kids and if people trust you and if you have experience in this area, maybe you can try babysitting. There is care.com or other websites that you can go to, and they have these positions available for hire. It can be one day a week, it can be multiple days a week, but you can add to your income in that way if you qualify, if you're qualified for that kind of job. So if you are enjoying this video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel and it will help other people find our videos as well. Another thing you can do is additional hours at your job. So maybe you don't want to start a part time business. Maybe you don't want to rent out your house or get a smaller place. Can you just take on extra hours at your job? A couple of extra hours, depending on how much you make for every week, every month for a year could add up to $10,000. And in that way, you can save the extra money. Or you can try applying for a different position within your company. So maybe you can do something different, but you're still with the same company, and it's like a promotion or maybe even a lateral move that has a different salary schedule. A new position with a different company. If your company isn't hiring, or there's just nothing available, there's no movement opportunities, maybe looking at a different company and seeing, hey, is there any way for me to take my skill set and move it to a different company and see if I can make a little bit more money? Another thing would be to create a budget. This is actually what I would recommend you to do first. Like, if you don't do anything else, then create an outline for yourself where you know where your money is going. So you have money coming in and you have money coming out. You want to know how much is coming in, and the money that is going out, you want to know where exactly it's going. Because once you identify where it's going, then you can say, well, do I really want to be spending this kind of money on Uber Eats? Do I really want to be spending this kind of money on clothes, shoes, nails, on dining out? Do I really want to be spending? If you look at it over the course of a year, you can see, you can identify, is this where I want my money to go? So, and once you have a budget, then you can learn to pay yourself first. And what that means is when you have money come in, a certain percentage of that off like automatically should go into your investments and into your savings. So you want to make sure that that is happening every month automatically. And the more money that comes in, the goal is to have more of that going into savings and into investing. So you're going to do all of this work so that you can bring in an extra 10K and also invest and save and invest that money. Okay, so if you found any of these tips helpful, leave a comment down below and let me know, like, what do you do? What could you do to save an extra 10K this year? And those are just some of the things that I do, but I would love to hear if you have something different, or if you know of a way, or you've been thinking of something, and just go ahead and leave it down below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.